Hey guys, it's Double D in the morning again, and this is Double D in the Friday morning, episode 23, History of Cartoons, part 14, the story of Mel Blanc. He was born May 30th, 1908, to Eva and Frederick Blanc, German immigrants that immigrated from Germany. He started growing up in San Francisco, the western end, and later in Portland, Oregon, where he attended Lincoln High School. Just after high school, at the age of 19, he got a job at a local radio show. It was a KGW radio program called the Hoot Owls. His ability to do a multitude of different kinds of animals granted him attention. In 1932, he moved to Los Angeles, where he met his future wife, Estelle Rosenbaum Blanc. Before going back to Portland in 1933, he produced his own show with his wife, called The Cobweb and Nuts Show. That show aired from Monday to Saturday, from 11 p.m. to midnight. With his wife's encouragement, in 1935, he moved from Portland back to Los Angeles to work for the Warner Brothers owned KFWB radio station, where he worked on the John Murray Show, but the following year he left the WB station to work for CBS Radio on the Joe Penner Show. While still working in radio, in December 1936, he joined Leon Schlesinger Productions, aka Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies. His very first Looney Tune cartoon was Picador Porky, 1937, as the voice of a drunken bull. In 1937, he took over for the original voice of Porky Pig, Joe Dotrey, and he was the original voice of Daffy Duck, which was the debut of Daffy Duck in 1937's Porky's Duck Hunt. 1937's Porky's Duck Hunt was the debut of Daffy, and Mel Blanc did the voice of the character from 37 to 89, as well as Porky from 37 to 89. From 1938 to 1989, he voiced his most famous character, by most cartoon critics, Bugs Bunny. In 1938, Bugs made his debut in Porky's Hare Hunt, but didn't make his official debut in his modern, what it looks like now, until 1940's A Wild Hare. That version of the character was done by Fred Tex Avery, but it was Mel Blanc that came up with the idea of calling him Bugs. Officially, Bugs' partner in that cartoon and a series of other cartoons, Elmer Fudd, was originally done by Arthur Q. Bryant from 1940 to 1959, but when Bryant left the character from 1940 to 89, Mel Blanc took it over. To be more accurate about that, Mel Blanc started voicing the character because Arthur died in 59. From 1940 to 1960, Mel Blanc worked with an exclusive contract with Warner Brothers. During the period that is considered golden animation, he voiced Sylvester, Bugs Bunny, Elmer Fudd, Tweety, Speedy Gonzales, Daffy Duck. That's how he got the name The Man of 1,000 Voices. But in 1960, when his exclusive contract was up, he started voicing Barney on the Flintstones and Mr. Spacely on the Jetsons. The Flintstones, the original Flintstones, lasted from 1960 to 1966, and he voiced Barney throughout the whole entire time, up until 1989. Another Flintstones thing that him and Alan Reed did is Fred and Barney, is when they started the Flintstones Pebble cereal in 1971, which he continued to voice Barney for the commercials and the consensual other Flintstone specials until 89 when he died. From 62 to 63 in the first season and 85 to 87 in the second and third season, Mel Blanc voiced Mr. Spacely on the Jetsons. Almost 2 decades before he died in 89, he almost died in the 1960s from a near-fatal car crash. Walt Disney, the person, might have started animation voiceover, but from 1937 to 1989, Mel perfected it and left a lasting legacy that lasts to this day. Thanks to the greats of him, we have Billy West, Tara Strong, Gray DeLisle, D. Bradley Baker. Everybody anybody was influenced by him, and also June Foray. But those two were the pinnacle of their day, and still to this day. of versatility. There will never be another Mel Blanc. From 1908 to 1989. Best one ever. Well guys, that marks the end of another one. Remember, if you like this video, to like, subscribe, and comment, and hit the notification bell to Double D in the Morning, aka Disabled Dynamite. Look for the microphone logo. And follow me on Facebook, Tumblr, and Instagram in my Facebook fan group, Drew's YouTube fan group. The links to all that will be in the comments.